Continuing our series on short sales, this time we are taking a look at it from the realtor's side of the table. Coming right up.
Good morning, my name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local real estate and mortgage update. And we're not underwater, thank goodness.
Thank God.
Isaac decided to take a different route in the Bay Area and stay on the Love Boat.
And I am DeLynn Guest, and welcome to the show. We might not be the RNC either, but just as important in today's world is the short sale market. And we are going to give you some tips on the best way to navigate through it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so taking a look at our three options that Attorney Steve Bartlett laid out for us a few weeks ago in our series. Option number one.
They could modify their loan or look at potentially refining it under one of the many government HARP loans.
Right, that are available today. And you know what, it only takes a few seconds. Give us a call. We can tell you in seconds if you qualify under one of those programs. And option number two, of course, is the not so great option, is the foreclosure. Sometimes foreclosures also come with bankruptcy, sometimes they don't. But if you do find yourself in that arena, by all means, we can certainly direct you, point you in the right direction on that as well.
And number three is, of course, short sale. And we're going to have Jennifer Davida here to help us with underwater properties.
Or equity inverted properties.
Equity inverted? That's my line.
Equity deficient, sorry.
Anyway,
all right, we're not doing that again.
All right, let's not go there. But Jen Davida is going to be here to show us the options from the real estate perspective on short selling a property.
Okay, helping answer our short sale questions from the realtor's perspective, we've invited Jennifer. Thanks for being with us, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Welcome, Jennifer. We're so glad to have you here.
I'm very excited.
Jennifer Davida is a certified distressed property expert, a CDPE with Future Home Real Estate. And I want you guys to know, we didn't just bring anybody on our show today.
That's right.
She is a CDPE. Jen, my first question for you is, basically, we just want to get an overall opinion on the market today versus what you've seen in the past. What is your opinion of the market right now?
Well, from a real estate point of view, as agents, we are definitely seeing the houses move. We are definitely increasing and putting offers in, getting them accepted, and closings. As a buyer, it's probably more frustrating because they are in the trenches, they are looking for their perfect home, and unfortunately there's a lot of inventory. There's not a lot of great inventory out here like there was a couple years ago.
Wow, yeah, we've noticed the inventory really shrink a lot lately. So buyers really should kind of get going if they want to, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's another mentality that needs to shift, and they need to realize that back in the day we used to say that, you know, the pendulum will shift, and you really don't want to be on the upswing. And this last quarter, we're going to see a lot of our buyers, they're going to feel the upswing on the pricing.
We've already noticed you're getting multiple offers on properties, and they're not just cash investors anymore, right? There's people, you know, multiple offers, and people are starting to lose out, which is really good if you're on the selling side, because you know you have a lot of people offering.
It is good, but here's the thing: if a home is priced fairly, and that's, you know, your agent should professionally give you those numbers or help guide you, and the seller takes a little bit of time to make sure the home shows well, it's a good house, and a lot of people are going to look at it, and multiple bids will come in.
Jen, how long are you seeing properties on the market today, typically?
Typically, a few years ago, we could comfortably say 7 to 8 months was something that you could expect, but now it may have been cut in half. Again, making sure that they price it fairly and take a little effort to market the home.
And on a house that is for sale, short sale that's for sale, is it? Are you finding most of them are vacated already and the people have moved on, or are they still living in the home?
With the short sales, it's kind of half and half. You don't see all of them vacant, everyone jumped ship and moved on, or everyone's trying to stay in the home to the bitter end. It's really just a mix of half and half. Maybe just slightly more on the vacant side, but not by much.
And that being said, are the houses trashed? You know,
not as bad as they were a couple years ago.
A couple years ago, I was going to say that. Oh my gosh, they were horrible.
Not to say there isn't. There's a lot of homes that have been left vacant, and so they're just kind of falling apart due to the nature
Neglect.
of it. A few years ago, people were more bitter and maybe a little bit more spiteful on what they took and what they did. It does still happen, but not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, they were like taking everything, like including the kitchen sink.
Exactly, and toilet bowls.
And toilets, yes.
That's because they're underwater.
Here he goes again.
I know. So what challenges when you're doing a short sale do you see with the paperwork?
The challenge is, I think with the listing agent, maybe not wanting to aggravate or bombard a seller with too much requests up front.
What the heck is Mars and Venus,
Yeah,
Jupiter?
actually.
What is all this paperwork?
It was actually implemented a couple years ago, and it was just basically trying to cover butts and disclose, but we don't see that, the real estate agents don't need to disclose our Mars documents today. They try to put that in place, again, to cover everyone's butts, to make sure everything was disclosed. It kind of fell at the wayside with the Mars.
Right.
Venus, I don't know anything about, but probably a female came up with this document.
No, you guys are from Venus, I'm from Mars.
Yeah, exactly. So you explain the Mars thing.
I can't even go there.
I know.
I got nothing.
So from the paperwork standpoint, you know, I know that as an agent out there, there's a lot of challenges when you have a buyer and you bring them to a home and maybe it's not, you know, we hear, oh, it's already an approved short sale or not an approved short sale. What can help people like make them go through quicker, smoother, easier, that kind of a thing?
The buyer or the seller?
Either.
Okay, for the seller, again, with the listing agent, just having the conversation of all the documents that probably will be asked for or going to be asked for, and getting them up front. I know a lot of agents may say, I don't bother getting those until I have the offer, because usually they're updated throughout the process, but it's nice to get that relationship going with your seller. You can gauge how willing the seller is to provide you with documentation, how fast they can get you things that are really important, and if you can't start that relationship up front with them, you may have a hard time when you actually, you know, wasted everyone's time and have a full, you know, offer, and now your seller's not getting you the things you need. So just the honest conversation, and let's get these documents now, giving them an idea of what's going to be expected as we go through this short sale. It's nice to have that.
Right, give them a heads up so that they know what to expect, and then just tell them up front, you know, when we do get an offer, I'm going to need all of these documents you just gave me again, because I'm going to need them updated, because I know some of the things are bank statements and pay stubs and that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
All right. And
So what do we tell a homeowner? After you list a property, what do you tell them? You need to move out tomorrow, next week? I mean, with these short sales, is it a month?
Timing-wise.
Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it a year? Is it 4 years? I mean, what do you tell a homeowner? You pack now, or what do you do?
You don't tell the homeowner to pack now. You have a plan, and when you sit down with your homeowner, you understand the fair market value. And going back to, if it's priced correctly, it's going to get an offer. From that time, depending on what bank it is, how many loans are on that bank, whether there's one or two investors behind the loan, these are all going to vary. And this is what's going to make the variation in the time to get a response back from your bank. But once we get the approval letter, then you will know, how much time do I have to move? Well, it's going to be based on the contract. What did you put in the contract to close on? Was it 30 days, 45 days, 2 weeks? It's really based on the short sale approval. Okay. So they may want to understand, do I have 3 to 7 months to stay in my home? It's going to depend, you know, and you really should engage on that. You're not trying to create a timeline that fits their schedule. You're trying to get a short sale done and out of our inventory and to move on with it.
So they should be prepared to leave relatively quickly. Should it go fast?
Yeah, well, relatively quickly once we get the short sale approval.
Right, right.
So do you think that now is the time to buy? I mean, is it a good opportunity still out there?
It's still a great opportunity. I mean, we took such a hit a few years ago, so we are still trying to climb up. And so the pricing that you see today is still a great deal. But the time to buy was probably a year ago. It is still today, but people really need to get out there and consider that not only are rents going up, if that was an alternative for you, but the housing market, their prices are going up too.
Right, right. And keep in mind, if you are a seller out there and if you are or had considered selling your home, but because you're perhaps underwater, equity deficient.
Equity inverted.
Whatever. If you don't have any equity in your home and you've considered selling your home, but you're not exactly sure on the short sale process, please give us a call. Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us. That was some great information. We have Jennifer's link down here as well. If you want to contact her, she's a wealth of information when it comes to this stuff. And don't, by all means, if you have considered selling your home, don't hesitate to at least get the answers that you need to see if you are a good candidate to sell your home or not. Inventories are down, and I know that that there's buyers looking to buy homes, and maybe it could be yours.
Hello again. Another tip for you would be home inspections naturally, but here in Florida, especially if you're buying a home and it's 30 years or older and you're going to insure it with Citizens, who isn't, you will be required to have what they call a 4-point inspection, which is separate from your home inspection. They will not accept the home inspection in lieu of it. A 4-point inspection is basically it. 4 points of concern. One is the roof, current condition and or upgrades. Electrical system, same. Plumbing, air conditioning, and heating. The insurance company needs to know, wants to know, and has a right to know the current condition and or upgrades of those particular items. So I get all of that information in my home inspection. The difference is if there are deficiencies present during the home inspection, there's no sense giving you a 4-point inspection that is not going to pass. Then you have to get it fixed. Then I have to come back, charge you again, and re-inspect. So during the inspection, if all goes well, I can add that into the price and everything else too. If it's not, we can talk about that later. But it's something you should be aware of because it is mandated by the insurance companies.
That's our show this week. Thanks so much for being with us. Again, hopefully you got some information out of this. Forward this on if you are a realtor out there and you have some sellers that are sitting on the fence afraid to short sell their home, or you got some buyers who aren't exactly sure what a short sale entails. This is a great show for them to say.
And thanks, Jennifer, for being with us today again.
Yes.
And you guys, if you have questions on the 3 options we keep discussing, give us a call. Don't be afraid. We'll, reach out to us if you want us to connect.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, if you want us to connect you with any of our partners, we can do that.
Right.
Jennifer is here to help you with your short sale listings. We have a whole team of people. So if you fall in one of those 3 categories that need help, give us a call anytime.
And please feel free to click on our links over here. First link over here is subscribe. If you're watching the show for the first time, please subscribe. Also, we have our partner page over here. We have a whole bunch of people who help us with this and help homeowners to get things done in their homes that they need done or help them move into their homes. We've got a whole bunch of people helping us. They help us get all of our stuff done, and I know they can help you as well. We are today and every day
moving forward.
See everybody next week. Bye-bye.